You gotta wait there, Poochie Pooch. Are you excited? No, down. No, get in the back. Get in the back. Down. Unbelievable beast. Come here. Come here. Where are you going? Yeah, she's on to something. Another piss break. Oh boy. Fastest dog on the planet. Look at this beast. Well, this is the morning after the first light rain we've had in a long time, and after this big smoke out, August 2020. You can kind of see Mount Washington over there. Yeah, it's a fairly nice day, considering that it's been smoky, unhealthy air to be breathing out here. It still seems a little smoky. I don't know if this is moisture I'm looking at, this kind of hazy fog. I think it's smoke. It doesn't smell bad. Hard to say. Well, happy to be outside, really. Let's go down to the river, huh? Come on, Momo, let's go to the river. Look at that beast. So I'm here in this large park, Tanner Park down in North Bend. There's a tree in the middle of the field. It has fruit on it. I don't know what that is. Crabapple, something like that. There's a line going from the middle of the field where the tree is. This line, and it goes all the way over to here. What is this line? It is an ant highway. Look at these guys. Look at these guys go. They're going out to the tree, right? That's where they're going, to get the fruit on the ant highway. Amazing. Intrepid creatures. You can't stop them. They are gonna go all the way out there to that tree and back. Now if we go out to the tree, what are we gonna see? We follow this highway. This highway goes all the way to the tree, doesn't it? So there's some horrifying like ant colony up here. Yeah, here it is. They're still jamming along here. You see all those guys? And they've spread out, but they're still basically, some of them are piggybacked on each other. That's funny. They're coming out here to get fruit, something. They're coming out for a meal. It's a snack break. And this line of ants, look at this little spot right here. Look at these guys. These aren't like just simple black ants. They've got little red helmets on. So these are special worker types. But this line goes all the way over to there. It goes all the way to this tree, beautiful tree. Is this a cherry tree? I don't think so. Is it? I guess it could be. What is this thing? No, these are not cherries. These are like crab apples. Momo, you want to eat a crab apple? Is it good? Yeah, the dog doesn't like it. Let's go down to the river. Enough yakking. Let's get down to track. It's a nice park. I like it. Very well done. Very rough around the edges. This is how parks should be. Very rough. Natural. There's deer, piles of deer shit everywhere. That's cool. That's natural. Oh boy, it's dog time. Oh boy. Morning.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Come here. Come on. Come on. Let's go over here. Come here. Let's go down here. Come here. Look at this. This is a really great spot. Now we're underneath Mount Si. Sort of underneath it. We're adjacent to it anyways. Here you go. Drink the water, you doofus. Good water. Yeah. Dog can drink muddy water, no problem. Yeah. Full of minerals, vitamins. It's very hydrating. All this glacial runoff. It's funny, you know, the river never stops flowing. You can have a real dry spell around here. And there's always something. I mean, I wouldn't say this is a trickle. It's the end of a very dry summer. What do you think, dog? You have any opinion on hydrology of the area? Don't drink the muddy water. Go get some fresh water over here. Come here. There you go. There you go. That's a good dog. There you go. You're not gonna get swept away in this. This is, unless you're tiny. Yeah. That's fun. The more I walk around this park, the more I really like it. It's got everything a park should have, which is open fields and dense trees and a river and a mountain and all of this, you know, wild berries over here and just natural vegetation, rotting trees. It's wet out, which is very typical of the Northwest, Pacific Northwest, or the Pacific Northwet, as we like to call it. Look at this. Here's some burned charcoal log. Somebody set this on fire, but we don't know when. The thing about charcoal is the creosote hangs around for hundreds of years. These little paths, it's like hiking almost. It's like a hiking trail. And just pausing to take it all in here. This is in this town of North Bend. Very well done park, I gotta say. Hats off to the Parks Department here for providing just a beautiful natural setting in what is a natural setting. They haven't screwed it up by like over civilizing it. Here's a tree that's half dead and still providing lots of ecological benefit to all of nature's creatures, all of the processes really. Here is a boulder field. This is man-made, it's gotta be. Somebody's pulled a bunch of boulders out at some point. Probably they pulled it out of the field. I bet this whole field was strewn with boulders, right? Being next to the river, all these are all rounded off, for sure. Now what lurks inside this rock pile? These are where the rats live, no doubt. You sniffing out some wildlife there? There's certainly a lot of spiders living in there. This is pretty cool. This has got to be man-made pile. Look at this. Maybe it was put here to act as some kind of barrier, but you know, you can't really block a river. It's just gonna go. If it wants to go, it's gonna go. You block it in one spot, it's gonna find another spot. Oh boy. So exciting. Are we gonna explore some more? Okay. Look at this idyllic scene. I've got a river here, and I've got this pleasant little trail, this little Merriweather path. Very nice. Groves of trees, and they've planted some evergreens here. I see a cedar over here and mostly just firs and whatnot in sort of a attempt to revive the conifer population, because these are all deciduous. There's a cedar right there by the river, a small one. Maples. These aren't vine maples either, but there are some down there. Plus that crabapple tree. I don't know how that ended up here. I bet this might have been an orchard, possibly. A crabapple orchard? What do you even use those for? Do you make jam out of them? We used to nibble on them as kids in Yakima. When I lived in Yakima, they had crabapple trees everywhere. We climb the crabapple trees and nibble away at the fruit. This is perfect. What a perfect park. I'm really quite impressed. I can't get enough of it. Look at this. This path just gets better and better. Here's some Oregon, ouch, fucking God. Oh my God. Yeah, pokey, you get bit. Little spur trails that head off down this direction. I don't know which way I want to go. It's a great time of year right now for colors. It's really starting to happen. Come on, let's go. Yeah, it's exciting. Exploring, isn't it? As a four-legged beast through such beatific surroundings. Yeah, I know, it's exciting. Oh, this is interesting. Look at this. A steel pipe, or steel rod. Big one. It's not attached. This is interesting here. This is a little gully, little tiny one, about 2 or 3 feet deep. It's probably hard to see on the camera, but it runs right down here to the river. Some kind of drain for that field. And now we're getting into a denser area, but there are trails. These are like really fantastic little trails through here. Look at this place. Look at this. Look at how fast the water's rushing down there. You want to go down there? Look at that. Let's walk down here. Come here. We're going to go through this little grove. Through the spider webs. We've got tall grasses here, and there's a lot of sand. Look at the sand. Very fine sand right here. There's probably some mosquitoes too. There's some panning opportunities and a rapids. Very nice. Off in the distance, that's Little Sigh. I don't see anybody down here. This is like the perfect morning. There's rapids all through here. And the water rushing right along next to these tall grasses. These are like vine maples growing along here. Are you enjoying that? And then looking back up to the trail proper. The water's moving really slow right through this area before it hits into these rapids down here. But look at these trees growing right here. 3 of them. A trio. Quite a bit of ivy climbing up some of these trees. And that's typically an indication of previous homestead of, basically it's the white man. Now, let's walk down this direction. Let's see what we can see here. This trail is not disappointing in any way whatsoever. It is rustic, natural. And the color out here is great. Everything's wet. The air, my only complaint is the air quality is just not quite, we're not quite there yet. It's a problem we've all, collectively, we've all had to deal with this. So, it does feel like maybe, oh yeah, here's some cable wrapped around this. That's a major trip hazard for somebody, not me, because I'm looking. Look at that. Well, the trail does stop. It turns into a deer trail over here. Not even really. And then there's a chain wrapped around the stump of that thing. So I don't know what's going on over here. But there's cables wrapped all around this thing. Kind of a tangle. Cable running off that way. That's a 3/8 inch steel wound braided cable. And then here's a snake slithering away, hanging out next to the cable tangle. And then here's a 1/4 inch. I don't know. It's been tensioned and it's fairly recent. It's not terribly tight though. So how recent is debatable, and what the purpose of it was. I think it might predate the creation of this park. I don't see any reason to be dicking around with this old tree here. Usually this stuff winds up down at the Snoqualmie Falls, hanging off the edge, where you can look at it and wonder when it will cascade off the side. Very mesmerizing back here, I like it. And we'll make our way back up this trail away from the river. And you should hear the sound of the river diminish as we head this way. I believe this is the park boundary, is my guess. There is one of these very old steel mesh fences right here. Some barbed wire, rusty barbed wire. A massive anthill. Here's the source of some of these guys. Anthills are interesting. Let's go take a look. This is an anthill and it's active. And this is like right out of a Miyazaki film. You've got like, steel, man-made crap poking out of it. These are the same kind of ants with the red helmets. Some of these guys are carrying bits of things. Here's a crow feather here, or some kind of a black feather. It's probably a crow. And they're just doing what they do. They're moving material up, and they have their reasons and their methods. So, this barbed wire though, I might put on a glove and bend this down so it doesn't get somebody in the eyeball, because it's kind of not really obvious that it's here. It's a tangle of it. But that's the kind of stuff that'll surprise you and scratch your face. So I'm gonna bend that back. Come here. So Momo has found the railroad grade. This is converted to a trail now, of course. And this connects to a trail that goes up to my house, which is pretty cool. You can take a bike all the way into town. And this is the old Milwaukee, part of the Milwaukee line, as far as I know. This is a single rail line, and who knows what it was like back then. Pretty interesting though. I kind of wish they'd kept the rails. This does connect to other park trails that are bicycle friendly. But again, I really believe that leaving the rails and actually putting trains on them would have been the better move, because there's plenty of places to go riding and trains are great. And America has done a great job of killing that off. Well, we'll mosey back towards the field and maybe try to see if I can't get that dog to go in the water one more time, get her paws cleaned up. Can't bring a poodle anywhere. Let's go get your paws cleaned up. Come here, get in the water. There you go. There you go, that's great. Nice. Look at this day, it's unbelievable. You can really start to see the mountain now. Look at all these dead leaves all collecting over here in this pool. And then they sort of filter their way out over to the rapids and go down. And before we get too far off, here's some interesting wildflowers. Now this is probably considered a weed, but yeah, these are. But it's a beautiful flower. Might be the last of the season. Come here, you dope. We're gonna go this way. Come on. Yeah, it's very difficult. Can't take you anywhere. Cannot take you anywhere. Might be time to do a hike up to Mount Si, once the smoke clears out, of course. You're out of control. Absolutely out of control. Get your run on. So here's some deer poop. Raisinets. Lots of them. That could also be elk poop for all I know. Really not exactly sure. But come on. What a glorious beast. Yeah. Oh, you wanna play the chase? You wanna go get this? Come here. There you go. Get it. Get it. Yeah, get it, get it. Yeah? Is it tug of war time? So now you see how clean your paws are? After that second wash? Huh? Do you even care? You don't care about anything. You don't care about nothing. Except for walking, go for walks, and cookies. You like cookies? And drinking water. Drink the water. What else do you like? Car rides? Car rides are good. You got runner's high now though, you can't even think straight. You just, oh yeah. Glorious beast. Okay, let's go back home. You wanna go home? Hello, you wanna go home? Momo wanna go home? You wanna go for a walk? She's like, this is a walk, you doofus. Well, I was mistaken. This is a King County park. Not a North Bend park, city park, that is. I wonder if it's outside the city limits. Well done, King County, I gotta say. This is a winner. I think those are apples. It's an apple orchard. An ancient homestead apple orchard where they built this park. And there's a lot of spots to explore remaining. I think we did the outer loop all the way to the border of the eastern border of the park. Over here we got heavy equipment, storage unit area, heavy equipment. So this is Tanner Landing Park, King County. Little gem.